Hey everybody, Gary with Basecamp Trading. Take a look at how we were trading the ES this afternoon. And the ES this morning was somewhat bullish. We had this 30-minute hammer right here, and it triggered to the upside, and the ES pushed up here, found some resistance at the 50 EMA, which we know it often does, but eventually closed above it and pushed higher off of the open and into the morning. We had some news, and that kind of got the market jumping around a little bit and pulled down. Was a fairly narrow range. I mean, for the most part. In the afternoon when we came in, we basically were in compression between the high here at 33.25.75 and the low here at 33.10 and a half. So this was our larger area of compression, or our long-term compression. And then right here, this was kind of our short-term compression. We had a little line drawn in right there, and we still had the bottom down here, but we had a little line drawn in right there, and we were looking for a breakout of this smaller term compression. And then ultimately, we knew we had the line in the sand up there at the high of the day. And in the afternoon, the ES, it triggered to the upside out of this small short-term compression and pushed higher. We came up here, finally broke out above our daily high, and then the ES just continued to push higher. We had a couple targets up above, and we hit those, and we're done trading in that direction for the day. Hit significantly overvalued early, but the ES was just bullish in the afternoon and just continued to push higher, even though we were overvalued. We finally did kind of move sideways, which was usually what we do. We hit significantly overvalued. We'll get a little pullback and chop sideways, which is ultimately what we ended up getting. And you can see that on our Renko chart. And right here on our Renko chart, this is where we marked that short-term compression. And then right here is where we got the breakout of our short-term compression. And then we continued to push higher. And right here we broke out a compression, and it's kind of hard to see on this chart, but we had a couple little wicks right here. So we came down, kind of tested this resistance area a couple times, and it took a while to get up through here. I mean, we broke out roughly around 11:30ish or so, and at noon we were still pretty much in the same area. But then as the afternoon continued on, we continued to work our way higher. We had resistance right here at MQ trend dots, and we had the high of the day. We also had a level just above that at 33.26 and a half, and we knew we were going to have to clear that to ultimately go higher. And we ended up breaking above it, came back. You can see this wick bar right here. We actually came back and tested that 33.26 and a half, and then we had a nice continuation set up and continued to push higher. We had targets starting at 33.38, and then on up to really 33.44, with a stretch as high as potentially 33.50 and a quarter. Really weren't looking to go that high. But we did come up here and hit our original target, and then we did hit significantly overvalued. And you can see we just kind of chopped sideways while we were significantly overvalued. Right at the end of the session, made a little push higher, but we were pretty much done trading in this direction because we were definitely significantly overvalued on the 30-minute chart by this point. And we know that when we hit significantly overvalued, that typically what we look for is a pullback and then consolidation. And you can see really for the last hour of the day, really for the most part, the last hour of the day, that's pretty much all it did. It was just kind of chop sideways into the close. But that was okay. We had a nice breakout of resistance, and then we broke out a longer term resistance, and we had a nice push to the upside. You can see on our gravity lines chart that we came down, hit yesterday's midpoint, and we bounced off the mid, And then the ES just really continued to climb. We had targets up here at we had this one line right here at 33.40. We had another one right here at 33.42 and a quarter, and this was our 33.44 line right up here. We actually had another target at 33.38 as well. And again, we came up, hit targets, and then just chopped sideways into the rest of the day. But not bad. It was all in all a pretty nice move to the upside in the ES.